So, welcome back to the podcast, I have to say. Davie Hunter, how are you, Davie? You well?
I'm not too bad, mate. Not too bad for a Saturday. We've got a wee bit touch of snow here,
Oh,
which is
really?
interesting. Yeah,
Ah, there you go. Yeah, snow in January, who would have thought? But,
definitely wasn't forecast. That's the thing.
no, man, we've brought you back on the show again because you're in the middle of something really quite exciting. Do you want to tell folks about this new project that you're working on?
Yeah, well, it's I wouldn't say it's a new project as such. It's a continuation of
Hmm.
a previous project. So we're now working through the Argyll and Southern Highlanders Collection, Volume Two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at this moment in time, we have 270 tunes already done from the
Wow.
archives. And as of what day is today? Saturday. As of Wednesday, we've opened up the opportunity for pipers and musicians in general
Mm-hmm.
to submit compositions for selection. Really,
Ah, wow. That's a serious amount of tunes, and this is why you're going for a second volume, really,
yeah.
because
I've actually
so
got
many.
volume one here, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it's a fair
Wow.
stash.
It is, yeah. So obviously the first book was a roaring success. We do know a lot of folks picked that up, and now that Volume Two is on the way, I don't know. Are you expecting sales to be around the same? I would say so, wouldn't you?
I would say so. Yeah, I believe I was speaking to Major Rowan, who's kind of spearheading this just on Wednesday there, and he says we've got 3 boxes left of the books,
Wow, there
and
you
because
go.
they're thicker books, there's not many in a box. So I think maybe 30 or 40 copies left of the first print.
Yeah.
We are looking at doing a second print shortly, but yeah, we're hoping to kind of go down the same route and kind of get the same amount and have the same kind of uptake as we did in the first book. So we've got a few of the missing tunes from book one will be in it. For example, "Lock Inside,"
Yeah. Yep.
which was which was missed from book one, but it's
Brilliant
been
tune.
taken from the original manuscript as well. So it's going right back to the original version.
I see. I
Um,
see. Because there's been so many different interpretations of these tunes
yeah,
down the road, Davey. Like, this
yeah,
one, all of these tunes are all going back to the origin. That right?
yeah. A lot of the tunes that we're writing were taking from kind of pre 1940s manuscripts. So
Mm.
even things like how they wrote grips is
Yeah.
different to what we play and what we write now. So it's modernising a lot of the music, but still keeping the same kind of melody
Mm.
and kind of the gracings that are known, um, and then just taking it from there.
There you go. That's fascinating. Do you know, and if anything, the whole premise behind Volume Two is where you're getting your contributions from. You know, these are all from folks who have been part of the regiment, like from years ago or even up until modern day. Yeah. So, who are you asking for contributions from?
So originally, the 270 we've got are all from the archives.
Right. Yeah.
So we've not actually approached, up until now, we've not approached anyone externally
Mm.
for tune. It's all been stuff that's in what was Stirling Castle,
Yeah.
and what's been taken from there. What's been kind of went through and went yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and kind of made it a book this big. And then they filtered the first lot, and they went back again and went, okay, let's look at the second lot of tunes. Are they good enough to go in or are they not? There's a few um, well-known pipe majors from the Argylls who have nothing in it because, as far as they are concerned, they're not up to the standard that they want the book to be at.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's a very tough group. The
Mm.
the kind of the four guys that are doing um, the proofing and the kind of picking of tunes.
So it's a pretty high bar being set here,
Very
Davey.
very
Yeah.
high bar.
There you go. But that tells you something, though, that the level of work and commitment that's going into producing this second volume, that the quality
Yeah.
is going to be there. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
we started. Book one came out in 2017 at the World's Pipe and Live,
Hmm.
um, and it was 2018 before we started looking again. So we took a full kind of 12 months to look at it,
Hmm.
and it's been a slow kind of burn from then. I've had a friend of mine doing a lot of the typesetting, and this time around, Kieran Roberts, um, because it just the workload that I took on for other things, it just wasn't going to happen otherwise. Um, However, just recently we got another pile of tunes through from Gordon and that, and there were 70 tunes in there. I managed to knock them out in 4 days.
Wow.
Um,
That's
and,
impressive.
and luckily they were all 2-4 marches as well, which makes it worse.
Oh.
So, but yeah, so we've kind of been doing it slowly. The kind of the pandemic helped as well for me because it slowed everything down.
Hmm.
Because we did originally plan to have this released by now.
All right,
This was
yeah.
supposed to be released last summer was when we
Right.
had it penciled in for.
Mm-hmm.
But with everything going on and not having the stuff finished as well,
Aye.
it's been delayed. However, we are planning,
Mm-hmm.
touch wood, to have it released at the Worlds
Yeah.
2021.
Okay, so we're talking roughly August. Yeah.
Yeah, we might push it back, um, not necessarily to next year, but kind of into the Christmas sort of time. Cause we can't if we can't do a piping live launch,
Hmm.
then we will. We have considered looking at a digital launch, as in kind of getting performances of the tunes and things like that, and kind of
Yeah.
a bit like I did for my own book, and just kind of get the recital, which means folk can go back to it as well,
Mm-hmm.
and watch it. So
Indeed.
that is one of the plans that we're looking at, but nothing's kind of set in stone as of yet.
So we'll wait on news on that then, David.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I have to say, man, you released part two of the performances and stuff from your own book.
yeah.
Man, that was amazing. Can I just say that? Some of the musicians in that were incredible.
It's it's amazing. When I did the first part, and I kind of planned on doing that. I put the feelers out to a lot of folk that I know and things like that.
Hmm.
And then as time went on, I'm kind of going to kind of jumping in a bit to get it done.
Yeah.
And then folks start getting back to me saying, "Oh, I'll get it back to you. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you." And then nothing comes, and nothing comes, and you just kind of put a deadline on it. So I did.
Hmm.
And follow the day after putting the original video up, I got 3 videos in from folk
Ah,
that.
that's
That was
typical
fun.
pipe band folk, like, yeah.
Yeah, well, exactly. But I was lucky enough to get Douglas Montgomery, who plays with the chair.
Yeah.
The tune that he's playing, A Whole Lot of Folkies Welcome to Glasgow, was written for him.
Wow. Yeah.
And then Lee Moore, who I've known for years, he managed to play a few couple of tunes in the small pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I put Scott and Scott's video at the end of it again because it's a set that I love. I just love that set.
It's
It's kind
pretty
of in
catchy.
the heart of how I wrote the tunes. It's kind of the trad and the folk scene was where they're from, and it's just
Yeah.
phenomenal.
It really comes across. I have to say, Lee's set was a particular highlight of mine.
Yeah,
He's an
yeah,
amazing piper. So, guys, if you haven't caught part two of that, by the way, we've shared it out on the show page and that, of course, as well. But we'll put in a couple of clips in that and here in this interviews just for you to
yeah.
enjoy. So, awesome stuff. So, Davey, keep us posted on this book, man. So this will hopefully launch around August time.
Hopefully, yeah, all going well. Like the submissions are to be in for the end of February, and that then gives the kind of the 4 guys time to look at the submissions and kind of deem if they are of the high standard that they want.
Yeah.
Because I said there's four kind of categories for submission are they're quite self-explanatory. I mean, you've got option one, you've got a serving member of Five Scots, so Balaclava Company, which doesn't actually have a pipe band, but it doesn't mean that there's not pipers in it.
Hmm.
Or be a former member of the Argyles. That's quite straightforward. If
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
given, really.
Hmm.
The second, if a family member who's had family member whose family have served in the Argyles or back to the 91st, 93rd, right, going all the way back to
Hmm.
kind of starting, if they've got tunes written by serving members, they can submit them.
Oh, I
If
see.
you're
Yeah.
born in Argyllshire, you can submit tunes, and if they're written about Argyllshire or about the regiment, then they may be considered. That not option four is kind of the vague one where if it's a cracking tune, they'll use it. If it's a mediocre tune, it probably won't get used
Yeah. Yeah. I
because
get
it's
you.
it's,
Hmm.
it's not as if we need to fill the space.
No.
We've got plenty of tunes already sitting there, um, and it's kind of a tight um, a tight category to get tunes for because you don't want to just kind of fill it up for the sake of filling up. Like
No.
we're not approaching composer and going, "Have you got anything? Have you got anything?" If they
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
submit, they can submit. If they don't, then that's fine by us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I know I'm submitting a tune personally, but
Good stuff. I was just about to ask. Yeah.
well, I was actually for the first 4 years of my life, I was actually brought up in Argyll
Right, there you go. There's the
because my
connection.
dad's
Yeah.
in the Royal Air Force at RAF Machrihanish near Campbelltown.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ah,
there's
there
my
you go.
connection.
There you go. I'm glad that you're getting a tune in there, David. That's brilliant. Good
Well,
stuff.
I'm going to try anyway.
That's fantastic. Well, you'll have to keep us posted here on the Rab Show, mate, about this exciting
Will
new
do.
release, man. And yeah, we're looking forward to it. The launch event, if it's in person, if it's virtual, whatever it is, be sure to let us know because we'd love to
We will do,
catch up on that.
definitely. Right, Rob, yeah.
All right,
No
David.
problem.
Well, thanks a million for chatting to us. Yeah,
No
and we'll
problem.
hopefully catch up with you down the road, mate. Take care.
No worries, man. All the best.